There are two sides to every argument, but only one can be right.
Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Come on, pick on me. Let's do it.
And there's only one person to make the verdict.
Get the heck out of here. We're done with you.
Judge Scary Mary.
Hello, this is my courtroom. Can I talk?
It's time to face the truth in Scary Mary's court.
The last place you want to find yourself when you're in legal hot water is Judge Mary's court. How about this man who was recently busted for drunk driving in California, while the top of his car literally had an anti-drunk driving sign that said, "I should probably get a ride home."
Wow.
Judge Mary, what is your verdict on this guy?
A big gavel for that. First of all, the guy needs to get 30 days for being a hypocrite and or just stupid. And then again, you know, everybody's presumed innocent till proven guilty, so we need to have a trial to determine whether or not he's actually guilty of that crime. But I want to share with you all a few times where people would be in front of me and they'd say, "But Judge, I wasn't driving the car. I was just sitting behind the wheel on the side of the road." If you are behind the wheel of a running car, you are operating a motor vehicle and you would be guilty of a crime if the evidence so proved your intoxication.
Regardless if you're pulled over?
Yes. As long as that motor is running, you could be guilty.
What about in your driveway?
Well, same thing, because the motor is
still
running.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even in a public lot. I mean, you're at the supermarket and you just pull over and it's running and you're just waiting. That is
You're still behind the wheel.
Absolutely. So people, it only takes two for some people, but be careful when you drink and drive. But this guy's just a clown, a hypocrite and everything in between, and it's stupidity.
All right, but you pulled out that big ass gavel for it.
That's right.
Okay.
So we know what you really think. It's stupidity.
And finally, a Florida cop was recently suspended for 20 days without pay because of the controversial way he handled the arrest of a young shoplifting couple. The officer placed the couple in the back seat of his cop car, where he reportedly allowed them to smoke and engage in sexual behavior while he played Barry White tunes. Judge Mary, what's the verdict on all of this?
Well, he allowed them to commit another crime of indecent exposure, and quite frankly, I can't believe they suspended him for so little of a time. I would have fired the cop.
All that we can imagine is that he's sitting there himself getting off on watching them through the rearview mirror.
That's what I thought.
Because he's some kind of voyeur or something.
I was going to say that. Talk about voyeurism. Like, wow, dude.
Yeah, he might have taken some extra laps around the block, you know, just enjoying
Drive
himself.
slowly to the
Driving
station.
slow.
Wow.
Oh, they was putting on a whole show.
They should have separated them, quite honestly. They should have, look at
And
this.
they should have been in handcuffs.
Yes.
So many violations.
Hey,
Look at
when
that
I got arrested
video.
for drunk driving, they put me in handcuffs. It was the freakiest experience you ever want to have. It makes you learn a lesson real quick because it is uncomfortable. I wasn't able to go fooling around with anybody.
Right. Okay, so are you going to rule on this one? Will you rule on this one?
For what?
Is he guilty of?
Is who guilty?
The cop.
The cop.
Guilty. Oh, he's guilty, but guilty. He hasn't committed a crime.
He hasn't?
He hasn't committed a crime. He's
Well, did he
violated
break
his
the code of
policy.
ethics?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Police
policy,
department.
He
yeah.
hasn't committed any crime. No.
Well,
Stupidity.
Aiding and abetting criminals having sex in the back of the car while listening to Barry White. Is not a crime, Judy.
No, it's not.
Okay, all right, that's fine. You're being so politically correct today, Mary.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's a change.